Hey everyone, just thought I'd make a quick video on the latest release on YouTube by HBO Max, which is of course a full episode of the HBO Looney Tunes series. And I thought I'd just go through what I liked about it, what I didn't like, and let's get started. So first up, I'll just quickly discuss the actual format they're going for, which I quite like. So they've got one full short, then a quick gag, and then a second short. So in this particular episode, we have a Sylvester and Tweety short called Boo Appa Tweet. So the story for this one is quite straightforward. Sylvester thinks he's eaten Tweety when he's actually eaten a cupcake, and then he sees Tweety, who has gotten himself into some white flour and has become a ghost, so to speak. And now Sylvester is just absolutely terrified of the fact that he's got the ghost of Tweety haunting him. So first up, in regards to the animation, I absolutely loved it. It's essentially Bob Clampett style, but it's its own thing as well. So it's not exactly a straight up aping of what Bob Clampett used to do. And as we all know, Bob Clampett was the one that actually created Tweety when he was, naked. And this doesn't look anything like that. So like I said, it's its own thing. Now, as for the story, I quite liked how they start off with a typical Sylvester and Tweety short, and then they twist it up. So instead of Sylvester trying to torment Tweety, in this case it's Tweety tormenting Sylvester, although he's not really aware of why Sylvester's gone crazy. But I also thought it was a bit of a throwback to when Sylvester was with Porky in those shorts where they were in the haunted house and that sort of thing. And yeah, I quite liked that. With the next cartoon, it's just a simple little gag of Elmer chasing Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny goes in a hole and he ends up doing a pretty clever gag, which I won't spoil. The link to this cartoon will be in the description below. You should check it out for yourself. And it's a nice little idea, and I do like the idea of having one short little cartoon in the middle of two longer ones. In fact, the Roadrunner cartoon and that Porky and Daffy cartoon we saw recently that was released on YouTube looks like that there would be in between two longer cartoons. So I don't mind it. I mean, why not? If it's a gag that didn't quite fit in a longer cartoon, why let it go to waste? Let's have a look at them anyway. And finally, we have Bubble Dumb, which is a Daffy Duck cartoon. It's just him and a pile of bubblegum that he discovers, on the floor. And he chews on it, decides he's had enough of it, but he can't seem to get rid of it, and hilarity ensues. Now, I will say the animation, this one, I thought was a little better than the Sylvester one. That's not to say that the Sylvester one was bad, but this one was just absolutely wild. And it'd be interesting to see, as the artists grow and develop further and get even more familiar with these characters, how much more crazy that they can get. And also the voice acting, I should mention, on this one, along with the other two cartoons, just amazing. I mean, Eric Bowser, he's really come to his own with voicing these characters, and I do like his renditions. It's similar yet different, and I like that, because that's what they're going for with the animation, so I like that they're going for that with the voice acting as well. As for the story, it's a simple gag idea that's pushed to its limits. Nothing more, nothing less, and you know what? That's fine. Unlike the first short, it had its own little story. This one does something a little bit different, and that's great. We need variety, and that's what it looks like we're going to get with all these cartoons that are coming out, very shortly at the time of this recording. Now, in terms of what I didn't like about these shorts, look, not all the gags worked for me. Now, humor is subjective, so what I find funny, you might not find funny, and vice versa. I mean, that's just how it is. One gag in particular, I wasn't a fan of the skeleton gag that was here. It didn't feel Looney Tunes to me, but look, at the end of the day, they're doing their own thing, so maybe they're just trying out different gag ideas, and I'll reserve my judgment once I actually see all of them when they come out very shortly. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yes, in a couple of days' time, we're going to be watching these in all their glory. So yeah, let's see how we go with that. Thanks, guys.